What's going on, YouTube? Welcome in to another beautiful build for you. Today we're finally building with a 9000X3D, and not only that, we're putting it all in this beautiful Montech setup with a lot of nice Asus components. We're starting off with the motherboard today and the X870 coming in from Asus and their tough lineup. Going down in the socket is that new kingpin of gaming, the 9000X3D. We're starting to get our hands on and also get some testing on well, because we're going to be messing with some RAM voltages on this beautiful Kingston kit we have going on the motherboard today with 48 gigs, yes, 2x24 gig DIMMs at 6400 megahertz CL32 timings, pairing it with a 2TB Samsung 990 Pro drive today as well. We're going to be putting it all in the Montech XR case, which is one of the best budget cases if you want that kind of dual chamber look. We'll be cooling it with the Montech HyperFlow 360 AIO, and then we're powering it with the Asus 1000G power supply, which is a beautiful black braided cables or sleeve cable design. And then the kingpin of GPUs, in my opinion, which is my favorite GPU, the 4070 Ti Super OC tough version coming in from Asus, which is my favorite 4070 Ti Super card to have. Let us think down below in the comments. Make sure that like button helps us with the algorithm. Make sure that the subscribe button as well if you want to see more of these beautiful PCs. Fill your YouTube feed over here on YouTube. Remember, if you want to catch us live on a raw like it is right now, as I butcher this extremely long intro today, and join us any Monday, Wednesday, or Friday over at Twitch channel. We stream around 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and we hope to see you soon.
Let's get started. You guys excited for a build today? The kingpin of gaming, the 9000X3D. Boom, boom, everything off the top. The X870 plus Wi-Fi today from Asus. Go top down, get started. Damn, these tough boards are nice. I like this. We get our Wi-Fi adapter out real quick. This extra cardboard out of the way. And let's look at this board. I mean, look at this. This is nice. The cellophane plus this like embossed tough logo is really clean. I like that. PCB is extremely thick. That's an extremely thick PCB. I love that. I/O, not too bad. We've got DisplayPort Type C in the back. So you can run a lot. You can run DisplayPort in this. 2 DisplayPorts plus an HDMI. Those are mini DisplayPorts. Or there were Type C USB. So that's insane that you can do that. 10 gig 3 10 gig USBs and 4 5 gig USB drives. And you have Wi-Fi 7, BIOS flashback. That's nice. That's a nice board. There she is. The 9000X3D, the extremely coveted CPU right now. We put in a couple dozen. We've gotten half a dozen so far. Hopefully more coming in really soon. We are on a back order queue that is really quick, hopefully for us. Initially, some of the most orders in was from us, so we had really high expectations, and they are hitting, and we're waiting for them to just now send in the second batch of shipments. But in the meantime, take a look at the sockets, no bent pins, looking good. And it's gonna also include overclocking too. We're gonna be messing with some timings on the RAM as well as the CPU with PBO. So this is gonna be an absolutely dialed motherboard, dialed setup. So someone's gonna get some really good frames, Tarkov, Warzone, you name it. There we go, down in the socket she goes, 9800X3D. Next will be our NVMe drive, which we have a 990 Pro today. We were waiting on actually a back order of KC drives. So we were able to get Samsung team to match the price on this. So usually these are much higher in price. Samsung's able to match our Kingston price. So they want to, because I think obviously they want us to use more of their Samsung drives, we like a Kingston 990 Pro. Obviously, the tried and true kingpin of Samsung's drives, we have that here. Down and in we go with this 2TB drive today. So we have 2TB drive, 48 gigs of RAM. Ooh, it's a new little latch. I like this. That's nicer than the swivel. That is nice. Okay, Asus. I like that new latch. Let's get our RAM down and in. All right, there we go. 48 gigs. This is a 6400 C32 kit. A 6400 C32, which has been running really good on 9000X3D. The great thing about like the 9000X3Ds, like if you ordered one from us recently, your systems are most likely already being assembled. We're just waiting for the CPUs to come in, so we drop the CPUs in. So it's not like it's waiting for your whole system. It's just gonna be once there's the CPUs to come in, going right in your system, it's going right in the software. So it's nice that we're doing that too. So we're trying to keep the timelines down on a relatively extremely high desired product that's being scalped and bought and everything like that. So it's just, it's fun to deal with. All right, so let's take a look at the cooler today, the Montech HyperFlow. Phenomenal cooler. This is one of the best budget coolers right now. It's not a budget cooler, it's a performance cooler. If you haven't seen the reviews, Gamers Nexus has this one of the best coolers right now on the market. They've been rock solid, super quiet, really efficient, good pumps, and really good RGB as well. Very vivid and vibrant. So we're gonna look at the mounting mechanism for AM5. We're latch style, so we're all good there. All right, before we get the case out, which is a very similar brand, obviously the Montech cooler, Montech case today. Let's talk about what we have down here on the desk. Again, we have the X870 tough board coming in from Asus. Absolutely beautiful board here. 9000X3 down in the socket. We have our 48 gigs at 2 times 24 DIMMs at 6400 CL32 RAM. And then down our NVMe slot, we have a 990 Pro from Samsung. Absolutely beautiful. Ooh, we have the new levers. I like the new levers. Let's get a shot of this beautiful XR case. I love this case. I think it's a really good value. Montech's done a phenomenal job on the quality of this case, as well as the airflow. That is our XR. So we're gonna take our front panel glass off. There we go. Take off the back panel. We've got reverse fans here. You can see these fans, all the assembly, the fan assembly, all the wires. They are daisy chain, which is nice, but we have 2 reverse fans here, and then an exhaust fan. We'll have our 360 top mount. Plenty of airflow in this case. Let's get our motherboard down and in. Drop in this beautiful tough board. There we go, looking good. Let's get our screws from the motherboard. All right, all good there. All right, pop this up, give you a front close up. There it is. Beautiful looking system. I'm gonna get my light back here so I can see. We're in these front panel connections before we pull out the power supply. That'll be next. We have USB, or we have our Type-C. Work on all these cables. Get our Type-C up and in. There we go. Next will be our USB 3.0 header. There it is, USB 3. Let's get our front panel connections in, and then our USB audio before we move on to our RGB. And then our power supply. Front panel's going in. There we go, nice and easy peasy. Next will be our HD audio. We're not gonna worry about any zip ties on the back until we get the power supply in. She has some availability to move things around, but there we go. HD audio's in. All right, next we're gonna look at our fans and our RGB before we go on the power supply. All right, first is gonna be our PWM and then our RGB, which we have right here. AO pump, CPU, RGB, here's our RGB. Bring aside, working on the cables on the back. Obviously a lot of daisy chains, we're trying to clean up all those cables. Now we're gonna work on the power supply. 1000 watt gold today, a tough 1000G, phenomenal power supply from Asus. Today we will need a CPU 1, CPU 2, 24 pin main, and then our 12 volt high power. There you are, there we go. Those 4 cables, all these other cables, motherboard box, the customer to keep in case you need them. And then pass our 12 volt high power down and through our GPU slot here. There we go. And now we'll connect our 24 pin main before we grab that other 12 volt high power and plug it in. And 2, there we go, both plugged in. Now we just need our 12 volt high power. All right, let's get this motherboard in place. I say our power supply in place. Geez, motherboard's already in place. Power supply in place. Slide it in. Slide it back. Let's get it screwed in now. All right, up and in with the 24 pin main. There we go, all in there. All right, cables in the back, looking pretty clean. Messy, but clean. And we're gonna work on the cooler next, chat. All right, we're gonna get the pump mounted, chat. Once we get the pump mounted, we move on to the rest of our wiring, getting our rad in, and then we move on to the GPU. Then we get our post. Set this bad boy up for a second. Get these clips on. There we go, on. I'm just gonna tap it really quick with the electric, just draw it tighter, and then I'll hand and screw it. All right, exclamation point add in chat right now. We have an ad going on, please be patient during said ad. Pump is all secure on top, looking good, not moving. Love to see it. We're gonna lift this gently. There we go. Run our PWM and our RGB over the top, and we're gonna get ready to mount the rad. All right, now that's in. Get ready to mount this. Pull the slack through. Okay. All right, these are all in now, chat. We have 3 in, we're gonna put the 4th in here. Nice and taut. There we go, all in. All right, stuff out of the way. Work on our cables before we get our GPU out. The beautiful, tough, gaming overclocked version, my favorite 4070 Ti card right here. That and probably the gaming slim. Right on my side, my 2 favorites. Because of this chungus out. 3, all right, there we go. All the cellophans off, look at the behemoth. There it is, chat. The 4070 Ti Super today from Asus. It's a 2-slot card today. Let's get our 2 slots open that we need over here. All right, guys, here we go. Let's get ready to insert this beautiful 4070 Ti Super today from Asus. A tough OC to match the beautiful tough board today. Here we go, chat. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Nice, clean, crisp thud. Nice and seated there. Get these screws in. See how the stability is. I was talking to Asus on a call a couple weeks ago. They said that they enhanced the PCIe slots on these boards to make them even sturdier for these heavier cards than what's coming in 50 series. Pretty much a mobile AC unit. Keep these cards cooler with their higher boost clocks. So let's see how this one feels here, and we got everything in. Doesn't even move. Holy like you don't need a bracket for that thing. Look at that, there's no wobble. That's insane. That is an extremely well supported PCIe slot. All right, guys, let's get this power cable in. That's for the 12-volt high power cable, and the 16-pin 12-volt high power. Slide this down here. Here we go, all in. You guys ready to light up this beautiful PC now?
Guys, thanks for coming in and liking another video here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button, help us with the algorithm. Make sure people find us and see all the beautiful PCs we build. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. Remember, we build these systems live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday over on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/stints. Come over, hang out, chat it up with us, watch us build beautiful PCs for everybody in the community. And remember, let's go.